Hi, I'm Cheryl, and this is my autobiography as a teacher. Who am I? I have been teaching for about 18 years, if I include the 2 years that I TOC'd. I have taught in a couple of places, including Vancouver as a TOC, and Sparwood for 1 year for a mat leave. I came to Surrey in January of 1994, where I TOC'd for 6 months. My first full-time position was at Fleetwood Park Secondary. 6 years later, I went to Sullivan Heights, and 8 years after starting there, I moved to North Surrey. Well, that is my teaching experience in a nutshell, but to know who I am as a teacher today, I need to revisit the teacher I was when I first started. The first 2 years were survival mode, not really an opportunity to create one's identity as a teacher. However, the TOCing helped to shape who I was to become. Fleetwood Park was my first opportunity to define myself as a teacher, and partially as a result of my experiences as a TOC, I was very stern and expected respect. I saw everything that was wrong and never let anything go. I thought in order to have discipline and control in the classroom that I needed to address all behaviors that did not meet my expectations. I also believed that in order to have respect as a young new female teacher, that I needed to address all behaviors that did not meet the school's regulations. I think because I was a TOC, that my approach was somewhat militant and in your face. Early in my career, while at Fleetwood, a colleague and mentor pulled me aside after I had just had an interaction with a student about some behaviors that, to me, seemed disrespectful. This mentor explained that he was concerned that I was going to burn myself out early in my career. He compared my response to situations to a filter that is new and fresh, and one that catches everything. He explained that his was not as new, and how not everything is allowed through. His was much muddier, and as a result, he didn't have to fight as many battles. He said, "You learn to pick and choose your battles." It took me a long time to process what he was telling me. I heard him and understood him at the time, but it wasn't until much later that I made meaning of it for myself. What I learned was that I wasn't about to lower my expectations and let things that were contradictory to them slide, but rather to deal with those things in a softer way. Rather than generating a confrontation with a student, I would have a discussion. I took this with me to my next school, Sullivan Heights. A new school, new students, new teachers. Another situation where I felt I needed to establish myself as a figure of authority and control, and to reestablish one's reputation. I knew that I had some interactions with students that left me quite unhappy as I became that teacher again that I had tried to leave behind. One day I was in our office and noticed how the secretary at the front desk always had positive interactions with students and staff who came to her desk. She always greeted them with a smile and was always respectful. I commented to her about it, and she explained that she deals with students the same way that she would want others to deal with her own children. I didn't have children of my own at the time, but it did resonate with me, and I thought about it each time I approached my students about something. It wasn't until I had children of my own that I truly understood and could make meaning of what she told me that day in the office. As a result of all of these experiences, I have changed my approach to be much softer, but still stern with clear expectations. I attempt to approach students with a sense of caring and curiosity about what is happening with them. Upon starting at a new school and once again having to reestablish one's reputation and be tested by students who are testing their boundaries, I find now that I am a mom, I approach teaching in a much softer, more nurturing way.